Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As looks about title of today's video, we are here to officially introduce you guys to the 6'10 point center demigod, whatever you want to call it. It's got a lot of different roles it can play, and as you can see, ridiculous clip to start us off in this little mini mixtape we got right here. A putback windmill dunk into grabbing the next defensive rebound, walk that thing down the court with a normal dribble style into pro behind the back, get a driving contact dunk the size of the entire thing, and now into the next couple of clips that we got right here. We got like a semi 5 out against this really nice team right here. I was kind of shifting back and forth between pick and roll and then also the 5 out, and as you can see, when I got that Mamba take on, I am 100% down to commit to the 5 out right here. As you can see, we get the ball hand hezzy with the pro hesitation and then absolutely just dunk all over this man. And as you can see, for whatever reason, that was a gigantic meter as well. And I gotta say, I might have overreacted potentially to the dunk meter stuff being kind of bad. I will say the people just sitting paint still feel really tough to dunk on, but besides that, I mean, this dunk meter is feeling actually quite overpowered, if I had to completely be honest with this build right here. Again, like this stuff like this, it's just a wide open, right? It's something that I'm dribbling myself open to the dunk, and you can see the build has the capabilities of doing so. We got the other team center guarding me, and with this, I can utilize my speed. If he sits down low and just sits paint, you better believe we still got the standing dunk meter stuff on display with this build. It's still got 90 standing dunk, and the dunk meters on the standings are extremely even easier than the drivings for that matter. So then we even have this one of the floater right here. So I have default big as my layup right now. I only had in that clip, I believe, like 60 something layup and silver pro touch with like no float game or anything like that. You can see we're nailing the tough dunk meters as well. I mean, this stuff, while a lot of this is like very dependent on your skill, like that tiny meter we just had right there, some of this stuff is extremely easy to do, as you can see, like that dunk right there as well. I have 31 points in this game. I even like scored 60, I believe, in another game with this exact same build out here. We've been on the transition defense, and what I haven't even mentioned already with this is that I guard hash or I guard ball with this, or I can even still guard back end if I would like to. But for the most part, I've been guarding point guards with this in Pro-Am, and it allows me to get out on the break and still even be a transition type player where I still can utilize my dunk in transition. And then, I mean, even if I do grab a defensive rebound, we can just take it all the way coast to coast. This has been an insane build. I still do have a lot of love for my 7-footer, just so you guys are absolutely positive about that. I have not switched up on my 7-footer at all. We still use that for comp pro-am 100%, but this right here is my fun build. And I actually already posted this as my quote-unquote fun build when I was talking about the centers in the first place, but that was before the patch. That's when driving dunk was tied to your standing dunk meter size, so I had 96 driving dunk on this build to utilize that and take advantage of it. But man, I mean, look at that insane clip right there, bro. Dunking in traffic, the smallest meter there is. And I guess this is more of a me thing. Like, I'm taking pride in that because I greened it, and that is a tough one to green. And that's the beauty of the dunk meter. You know, while some of these dunks are extremely hard, it does give a lot of value and a lot of pride to getting some of them. But as you can see, the way the dunk meter works in this game is it registers this as an open dunk as I'm taking off for it. So I saw really stupid comments of people saying you're trying to dunk from too far out. That's why you're getting these tiny meters. It's not how that works at all. When I'm starting the dunk, whatever it registers it as by the time that this dunk meter is started, that's what this green meter is going to be based off of. Now, that's why I also have hope for the fact that when I hit starter 3, and that is a pending thing, I'm at 60% right now. When I hit starter 3, I'm going to be able to get with this exact build right here, the Sabonis layup, which gives a crazy floater that's going to be even more capable with that 80 driving lay with the Hoff Pro Touch, Silver Fearless, all that stuff. And also, I'm running a lot of other good dunks that you can actually see on the 2K Lab website right here. Unfortunately, I cannot get Michael Jordan as it's height capped to this, small guards to the swings and stuff like that. But there are still dunks that you can absolutely get between like LeBron being only an 84 requirement, all that stuff. Obviously running Dwight Howard, where this is one of the best standing dunk packages you can get. We'll look at all the packages individually on my own player, obviously, as well. Also, if you guys didn't know, I'm pairing up with the NBA 2K Lab this year, so you can use code Laker for 20% off at checkout at their website. That's NBA2KLab.com. On this website is all types of really good statistical jump shot information. You can also test the jumpers on their website too. Plug the controller straight into your phone or to your PC. You can get early, green, late. It'll tell you where you need to adjust on that jump shot, or if you don't know what jumper you want to run, you just go to their jump shot recommender, you punch in your height, the jump shot rating that you're working with, and then based on the milliseconds of timing that you get, it'll recommend you a jump shot. So again, if you want to use code Laker for 20% off at checkout, that's NBA2KLab.com. Appreciate you guys, and we'll get back to the video. But yeah, lots of potential with this build when it comes to all things dunking related. But because of the ability to have the driving and standing, this build is really a threat when it comes to playing all positions, whether it's like 1s, 2s, 3s, 5s, anything like that. You can be a pick and roller, you can be an offensive rebounder into grabbing boards and going for those standing dunks, you can be the 5 out, you can be anything that you really want to be for that matter. So let's go ahead and get to the build and show you guys what I'm officially rocking with as far as, I'll call it my second build. It might find its way into my favorite build of 2K24. Also, if you guys ever want to try this yourself, obviously I've already promoted this in a lot of videos, but I have this My League where I'm able to actually just replicate my exact build. I've copied over my jerseys and everything. That's a little bit try hard. You don't have to actually do that, but I've copied over this exact player right here of the 6'10", gave him all of the SIGs that I want to play with. I can easily switch back and forth between SIGs, and this is my exact point of why I'm showing you this, because what I'm able to do is come over to this, go into my 6'10". Now I can even show you guys my SIGs from the My League, and I'll obviously do it in the My Player, like, you know, version as well, so it's just a little bit easier for you to read and figure out what is like purchasable for you in terms of the animations you actually can run. But again, anything I have on right here you actually can get. So we have the Luka signature size up. I really like this for the chaining and being able to just go quickly between doing a move into running to that offhand. It's exactly what I want to do, and that's why we got it. For the breakdown combos, we have pro for regular and aggressive. As you can see, they're just decent moves played out. We got the KD escape moves. This one is very solid, I must add. There are a couple to play with between Luka, LeBron, Giannis, and stuff like that. As of right now, I'm rocking with KD, and this is going to be 75 ball handle required. You have to have the 75 ball handle that we're able to get with the build. As far as the moving crossover, we have Zach LaVine. This one's really nice in my opinion. What also can be run though is going to be pro. I think that's your next best option, where as you can see, it's got a little sweeping crossover and a very quick tween. So like I said, I'm running Zach LaVine for now. It is possible that I transition between this and pro and see which one's better. As far as moving behind the back, there are only two options in my opinion. You have pro, which is very good right here, and I like it for the standstill dribbling as well. And then we have the Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen is a little bit more like normal behind the back, but it's a lot quicker. And like, long story short, the way I would explain this is you can do two of them in about the same amount of time as you can do one pro behind the back. When you do the pro behind the back, you lock yourself into just that animation. It plays out, and it like is a very elite animation, but you're a little bit stuck in it, and you can't really do another one directly after it. Whereas the Scottie Pippen, you can do it very quickly, go one hand to the offhand, and then boom, as soon as it's in the other hand, do it again. So I like pro 100%. I like it for a slasher, and it's a lot better in my opinion. But if you happen to be a stretch big that has a ball handle similar to this, I think Scottie Pippen's something that you can absolutely try out. Zach LaVine is also looking really good for the moving step back off this snatch back that it's got right there. It's the only one you can get on a build like this with a snatch back, where you can just be sprinting and then it just like stops and pulls back like that right there. And holding RT and flicking down on the stick gives you that animation right there. It's a pretty good hop back in my opinion. Then we have the Jimmy Butler moving spin. This is looking really elite if you want to just be swagging out there and just look cool, I guess. I mean, it's not a competitive move to do by any means, but it can move you up the court very quickly. And then we have the pro moving hezzy. Do not sleep on this. It's so elite. It's that one clip that you guys saw where I was just like kind of swagging for about like 10 seconds, and then to finish the clip off when I dunked on the guy's back pretty much, it was this right here. You do this and then run to the ball hand, and that's exactly how you do that. And then, I don't know if I mentioned, but obviously we have the dribble style being normal. This is what gives you those crazy blowout dribbles, and it's the best dribble style in the game in my opinion, besides obviously the guard related ones. And then, you know, I mean, it is what it is. This is going to be so good for doing what you want to do as a big man. I'll put it like that. Would I run a different dribble style if I could, like Magic Johnson or something like that? Sure, maybe I would, but what this can do in terms of going coast to coast is insane in this game. Alright, so these right here are the exact ratings that I have for this build. Now, I made it at everything specifically, and it's very important that you do so. And that does include the, what you might think is accidental 7'7" wingspan instead of it being 7'8". You need that specifically for the 6'9", the 69 speed with ball right here for the bronze hyperdrive. Not to mention, we're trying to keep everything that I need in terms of keeping the 82 Prim D for the silver challenger and 83 obviously strength right here for the silver brick wall. Now, if you wanted to go for 84 and get that bulldozer, you definitely could. However, here's the problem. If you go anything up on the weight right here, it's going to take your perimeter defense down to 81. You don't get this. And not to mention, mention, you need to keep the 69 speed of the ball, as I already mentioned, for the bronze hyperdrive. So if you want, what you can do is you can take your wingspan down one more, again, if you want the bulldozer on silver. But for me personally, I don't care about that. I'd rather keep my wingspan big. Not to mention, if I had one more revision to do for you guys, I would drop this close shot to 64, because who cares? Honestly, it's not a big deal. And just max out your acceleration. Put it to 67. That's really the only revision I would even do, to be completely honest with you guys. If I had any other thing, it would maybe be to drop the driving dunk down to, let's say, maybe 94 or something like that. Keep the half slithery. I'm starting to see slithery pop up on dunks a little bit more. But here's the thing. I absolutely love elite contact dunks. I think the pro contacts completely suck. I took them off. I took off 2-foot contact dunks as well. So pretty much I have the elite contacts off 1, and I believe I do have the elite contacts off 2. It's okay to be running those, I guess, as well. So long story short, I just believe that you might still want to keep the 96 driving dunk, and I mean, as you can see, it's definitely on display of being completely usable. I really have to vouch, though, for the fact that it's going to be pain on 1v1 court, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. You are going to be doing nothing but standing dunk metering people, or maybe doing the floaters and stuff too if people are paint sitting, because that's actually the remedy to this. It's just when I was playing ones, I didn't have my driving layup up as is, and as I mentioned too, or maybe I haven't already, I don't really remember, but the Domantas Sabonis is available at starter 3 rep, and I will be getting that. It's a 78 requirement, I believe, and even if you have default big, you can still utilize those floaters with this. You'll see, I'll actually show you in the My League in a second here, but anyway, again, as I mentioned, crazy vert, pairing that with the offensive rebound. You may question if this is going to be usable as an inside center with the offensive rebounding. I find this to be really good, personally, and again, the perk to this is that you don't have to crash defensive rebound as long as you as a player are capable of guarding the perimeter. And as you can see with the Silver Challenger, Silver Removable, I think that's definitely possible in my opinion, plus the perimeter defense and the speed. And then when you get this monster on the break as well, between the pass accuracy, the ball handle, the driving dunk, standing dunk, floaters, all that stuff, and just the speed that you have, and then the fact that you're going to be getting the takeover off those fast breaks, and now you can utilize that off getting Mamba for the sake of offensive rebounding, screen setting, 5 out, the passing, the defense, everything is included when it comes to that. So anyway, to finalize the build real quick, I do want to mention making it a small forward was a very tactical thing, because when I play Park and I'm playing with stretch bigs, I want to be able to line up at the 1 or like, you know, any positions that are going to be shorter than them, because then I'll get the small PGs on me, and I'll be able to start off at the guard in terms of like, you know, if I want to defend them in ISO and still have my arrow on them off rip. So anyway, let's head back to the My League real quick, and let's go and I'll go ahead and showcase some of the SIGs and how to do them, because boy, do they just absolutely schmoove. So matter of fact, we don't even have to make cuts on this stuff, because I really like plugging this and telling you guys, it's so quick and simple to transition between all this stuff. Look at this. Just like that, I'm on the build. Simple, right? Okay, so now, as far as the SIGs that I really like to use for the most part, we have this big behind the back. This is the main one I want to be shooting for. You want to hold RT and flick down on the right stick diagonal to your offhand, so like this right here, but you're going to then move your left stick with it. So boom, you're doing this right here. Now off that, we have some freaky combos, all right? So what we can do is we can do that double behind the back. So you already saw this one in the clips where I was just doing that into another behind the back, or you might even be able to transition into 3 of them where you can go behind the back, behind the back, behind the back again. And I mean, look at that. You can transition and chain all of those together. So crazy. Now, what you can also do off it that I did not put in the mixtape yet is to do a blowout dribble off of it. It's insane, bro. Look at this. Blowout dribble directly off it. You can do it in the half court and not really risk much, because you're going to know for a fact that you can trigger that blowout dribble. So again, all you do is just go ahead and hold your RT and do that down diagonal flick that I was just talking about, and you move your left stick to the offhand, and then boom, as soon as you do that, let go of RT and tap it again after you move to the offhand, and you're going to be able to do that, and boy, does it look fast, in my opinion. So besides that, we obviously have, let's say, the Zach LaVine moving step back right here. It's a good way to just hop back, get you some distance. Obviously, if you're a shooter build, this would really go hard, but obviously for me, it's more just to create space and be able to get some distance. Now, obviously, we have the 6 eyes up with the Luka. I really do want to mention, once again, it's just about being able to like get that ball on the floor and switch the ball hand quickly. Simple. I just want to be able to transition into a dribble move really quickly. That's about all I have it for. There are ones that can combo quicker, like Luka, as you can see, is going to be one that transitions between the combos pretty solid. I'm flicking down diagonal each time, by the way, for that, but it's still okay if you ask me. Now, for the pro moving hezi, or just the hezi if you want to call it that, all you do is hold RT and flick to that ball hand with your right stick and then run directly off it. Look at this. You're going to be able to speed boost like crazy off this, and that's one of those animations that I got in the mixtape, or if that's what you want to call it, obviously. But you can still move really well off that. And then obviously we have the escape moves as well with the KD. This one is not like perfect. It's not insanely great, but as you can see, it's able to just flick the RT to the offhand, and this is the like up diagonal as well, and you're gonna be able to sprint off that pretty decent. Now, I will say that's why I'm still labbing this KD escape moves, because I think low-key normal might be better. I'm not gonna lie to you. I will be trying this out and testing it out in terms of how to trigger the best animations, but that's what we're looking at as far as right now. And also, obviously, we have the blowout dribble. I've already kind of explained how to do things like the blowout dribble. You just tap RT, simple as that, coming up the court. But with this Jimmy Butler moving spin, again, it really can get saucy, bro. Like, look at how just big and crazy that can look, obviously. The pro behind the back, this is a big one. You just flick down diagonal on your right stick without sprinting. I think low-key, maybe you can do that with sprinting. Let me just try it, because obviously, okay, yeah, so you can do it. I like to let go of sprint. It's just kind of habit because I feel like you used to have to in years past. But either way, the pro behind the back looking really good. So obviously you can just, do a lot of different dribble moves that segue into that. That's the main thing that we want to use while switching ball hand while moving down court though. And then with the Zach LaVine moving crossover, this is what's going to be looking like. So like I told you guys, obviously I'm someone that I think will be probably transitioning between pro moving crossover and Zach LaVine moving crossover. This one right here, like the tween is pretty quick and stuff, but I don't know if it's exactly what I want, to be completely honest. And then to do the crossover, you have to flick a little bit more horizontal. I'm not gonna lie though, I stay away from crossovers, period, because they are just so frustrating to do with the way that they completely change the stick orientation on this stuff. It's no longer to flick up on the stick. It's like, I don't know, you got to flick directly to the side maybe for a crossover, and then like diagonal for a tween. I don't know, bro. It's so stupid. I really don't like how the crossovers work. But anyway, that is all for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all good stuff. And like always, try to just 1 to 2,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put 610 or put slasher in the comments, show which person I threw. Or you could put point center if you would like, whatever the heck you want to put. Anyway, as you can see, here's what we're looking like as far as upgrades go right now. I'm at 77 driving lay. We'll obviously be trying to max that out to 80 as soon as possible. I gotta mention too, the Pro Touch and Fearless Finisher, just in general, they make it so the close shot like actually functions better as well. So even though I have the 25 close shot, the Pro Touch allows you to actually like have a decently sizable meter when it comes to the standing layups. But anyway, yeah, besides that, I'm leaving my steal at 25 until the very end. I don't care. What's the difference between 42 and 25? And, some people might question that, but I think it's an okay thing to do. I don't think you're going to be bugging too hard over that, personally. Besides that, though, again, we've already showcased the animations, etc., etc. So just wanted to show that while wrapping things up. But actually, now that I think about it, I have one more thing that I want to show you guys. So this right here is the Sabonis layup package that I will be getting at Starter 3. And as you can see, like, look at that, bro. You are just a sniper from this range. And I'll show you guys, I'll take a mid-range on purpose just to show you that it does not correlate to your mid-range rating. This is what my mid-range looks like. It's 25. Whereas, obviously, if I just get the floater, then boom, this is what the floater is looking like. It's insane, bro. I cannot wait to show that on display, and boy is that going to be a game-breaking thing for a pure inside like this, where I mean, even if you look at what we have for the ratings on display with this, it's literally 25 mid, 25 three-pointer, and then we have the 80 driving layup. So anyway, that is all for video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you're curious about default big, it looks pretty similar. I'm not going to test it because we've already like kind of stretched this video's outro out quite a bit, but anyway, that's all for video. Hope you all enjoyed, and other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.